Hey everyone, welcome back to Codex Academy. Today we are going to create an exciting game called Memory Skills, the card matching game. In this game, cards are placed face down and your challenge is to flip them over two at a time and find the matching pairs. It's a funny way to test your memory, sharpen your focus, and play with your friends. By the end of this tutorial, you will learn step by step how to build the game, add the logic for matching cards, and even make it more fun with scores and effects. So, let's get started and make your memory skill game. If you are ready to build this game in Scratch, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and let's jump into Scratch. Now first I will show you the demo. You can see we have 15 lives and 0 score. We should avoid to decrease our life and wants to increase score. Now we'll start to play this game. I just click on this card. Oh, balloon. Apple. Oh, you can see my one life is reduced. Why? Because both cards are different from each other. Now we'll try it again. Apple. Oh, I remember that I already clicked on Apple. That's why you can see my score is increased by 1. Isn't it interesting? Do you want to make this game with me? Let's go. Now let's start to make this game. Okay. We are going to delete this sprite first. And here I need to create my cards. For that I'm going to choose my sprite and go to paint. Here you will see I need to draw the card. For that I'm going to choose a square and draw one rectangle shape like this. Okay, yeah, it's fine. If you want to make the broad outline, so you can just select it and click on increase this number and your outline will become broad. You can see. If you want to change the color, you can do that one as well. I just click on the fill color. I want something in blue. Okay, see, my card is ready. This one I will give the name blank because this card is blank for me. Done. Now I need to choose many sprites. Whatever sprites you want, you can choose as per your choice. Here I am going to select 8 sprite, and if you want to make your game more complex, you can increase the number of sprite, or if you want to make it easy, you can decrease the number of sprite. So here I'm going to choose my sprite. Anyone you can choose, like here first I will select apple, next ball, anyone you can choose, like banana, okay, like balloon, okay, and okay, beetle we also take. What I'm going to choose, okay, butterfly, next, okay, cake, and one more I'm going to select. We'll choose this cat one only. Okay, so you can see all my 8 sprites are here. One is blank and rest of 8 are having images. Now what I need to do, I'm going to take this card and I need to put this image on the card. How we're going to do this thing? I will take this blank card and I'll select it and make it Control C, or you can copy from here. And now I'm go back to my other sprite and here I will paste it. You can see it's pasted over here. First I need to make this on center, and now you need to use this back button and click on that. You can see your apple is here. Make sure both images should be centralized like this. Now next one, do the same. First check this ball is at center. Yes, and next again paste it, flip it back, again make both card and ball, it should be centralized like this. Same thing I will do for all the sprites. Now the last one, our favorite cat. Check all my costumes are ready or not. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth and ninth. Yes, First one is blank and rest of all have different kind of images. Now what I need to do, I'm going to give the naming convention of all this sprite by number. Like first one apple I will give 1, second one I will give 2, banana I will give 3. Same like I will give number for all my images. All are done. Now go back to code. My sprite cards are ready. And now I need to choose some plain background. For that I'm going to choose, okay, I'll choose this. Okay, I need to create 2 more background. That one game over and the victory. I'll select my stage and go back to backdrop. Remove this blank one and duplicate this 2 times. Here I will take, it means it should be 6 in a row and 5 in a column. Game over. For that I'm going to choose control block and 2 times I will choose the repeat block. 1 and 2. In the first one I will write the number 5 for a column and 6 for row. Yes. And the next thing, I want to change my card counter by 1 because on the basis of that it will arrange in a row and column. I want something else. Okay, I'll choose this one. And to show the victory, I want some kind of images I want to put over here so it will look interesting. For that, what I need to do, I'm going to choose a sprite first which looks nice. Okay, I'll choose this Casey. And here first I'll go to the Casey. I'll just copy its costume. Again, I'm go to my stage, backdrop, and I will paste it over here. You can see it's here. I'll choose this, make its size little bigger. Yes. I don't want this Casey as my sprite right now. I just want to choose the image. That's why I take it. Now I'm going to delete this one. Yes. Our sprites are ready and our stage is also ready. Game over and victory. I'll change the name here. Make it victory. Now let's start with the coding. Let's go. First I'm going to choose the event block. When the green flag click, first I'm going to set my stage what I want. The stage should be the stripe one, blank. For that I'm going to the look block and switch my backdrop to the stripes. Okay, you can see it's changed now. Go back to the sprite. First of all, I need to create one variable, that is card counter. It's based on how many number of cards I want on my stage. You can choose as per your choice. Like here I'm going to make 30 cards. For that I need to make like 6 in a row and 5 in a column. On the basis of that I need to set the size of my card and I'll make one variable, that is card counter. So I'll go to the variable and here I will make my variable, that is card counter. And this is for all sprite. My variable is here, card counter. Now we'll go back to the event block, choose when the green flag click, set the card counter as 0, and next that card should be hide. For that I'm going to the look block and here I will choose hide. The next thing, I want to set its size. You can set size according to your wish. I'll make it 50. We can change as per position of the card how many cards can set on the screen. Like I'll make it 50 and you can see the effect. Its height and its size is also 50. The next thing I want, I'll switch the costume. First one I want, the blank one. Yes. And you can see here it's switched to the blank one. Now I'm going to create my block because I want to avoid the repetitive coding again and again. For that, create my block which is designed for specific task, and according to that you no need to repeat the coding again and again and make your code lengthy. How to use the my block, I have already made the separate video on that. You can see in my channel. Now first I'm going to click on the my block. And here I will create one block, that is make cards. Now I just click on the OK and you can see this one make card block is created. Now whatever the code I will write below this make card, automatically this one block is represent all the blocks which present inside this defined make card. So I will put this make card over here, and now I'll do the coding how these cards are represent on screen. Now what I need to do, first I will set the position of my card. First I make it show, then it will be easy to understand. First I'm going to motion block and I will set its position. I'll make it minus 200 x and y it would be 125. Let's click on the green flag and you will set the position. You can see it's come into this corner side, right? I want the 30 cards. For that, I'm going to the variable block and change my card counter by 1. Now, once I selected this card counter by 1, I want to create the clone of these cards. For that, I'm going to control block and here I'm going to select create clone of myself. So it will make the repetitive clone of all the cards 30 times because I've selected 30 over here. And now I want to change the X value to create the card in row. Again, I'm going to motion block, choose change X by 80. That value we can set afterwards also according to the position of the cards. Next, change the Y value according to the column, but the X value should be fixed. For that, I'm going to set my X value that is already minus 200 and change the Y value. First, I will set minus 68. Okay, this one is done. And next, go to control block, choose when I start as a clone. It should be show. For that, I'm going to show and here I will put the show. Let's see what happened. Okay, my cards are here, but you can see they are little bit overlapping with each other. For that, I can change the value of X value. We can make it 75 and Y we can make it 69. Let's see. Yes, it looks all the cards are on screen. You can easily see, right? You can change the size according to you and enjoyed it. Because I have choose so many cards, you can choose less number of cards. And if you want to choose more number of cards to make your game more complicated and interesting, you can do it. You can see the number of cards are also visible over here. We have 30 cards, 6 in a row and 5 in column. That's it. Let's see on big screen. Yeah, it's look nice, right? Okay, go back to the coding. Here I'm going to create a list because on the basis of list, it will show how many number of the sprites we have, and on the basis of that, show the image when I just click on the card. For that, first I'm going to make a list. Again, I need to create one my block, that is make list. Okay, now I will do all the coding of make list over here, and this make list block I will put at the down of when I click green flag. First I'm going to create my list over here. For that I'm going to variable block and make a list over here, and I will give the name of this list is card list. It will get all my cards which is present on screen. Like I have total 30 cards. So in the list also we have 30 number of cards. The number can be vary as we have give the different number of all the sprite that we can take it. Like you can see right now my list is empty. Next I want to create one variable that is card suits. Why this variable I have created? Because it shows how many number of cards we have. We know we have created total 8 different images. This card should show how many number of different type of cards we have. Now coding for our list. First I want to choose control block, and here I am going to select repeat until. And in this repeat until, here select the operator block, and I want my card counter, it would be equal to the length of my list. For that I'm going to operator block and choose equal 1. First, what I want? Length of my list. For that, I'm going to choose length of my card list. That should be equal to my variable card counter, because there should be 30 cards, and in my list also that should be 30 number. Next, I want this card list, it should be deleted when I'm going to click on the green flag, right? Because once you are click again and again, it will going to repeat the card list and your card list become lengthy. For that, I'm going to use delete all the card list and put it here. Next thing I want, my card counter, that should be repeated by 2, because if we are not going to repeat the card counter, how you are able to make the pair? For that, I'm going to use the control block. Here I will choose the repeat block, and again I'm going to choose operator block and divide by. Here I'm going to choose my variable card counter, and it should be divided by 2, because each card should be repeated twice. Okay, I need to set my card suit, because we have 8 sprite. On the basis of that 8 cards should be repeated randomly. I'm going to use set block. I'll choose card suit, and how many card suits we have? We have 8. So I will go to the operator block, pick random, and I will place it over here. How many number? I have created 8 sprite. For that I will put 8 total, but you can see the first number is blank and the images sprite start from 2nd to 9. Okay, the same number we have to place it over here from 2 to 9. That is vary according to the code. How many number of images you have created, according to that you will give the right number over here, but don't place the blank one. Next thing, I want to choose the repeat block. Go to control and repeat. I'll going to place 2, because every card should be repeated twice. Next, I'm going to insert my all card suits in the list of the card. For that, choose variable and insert block, which help you to place all my card suits in the list. Now insert what? Insert card suits as per the pair it should become. That's why we have already put repeated twice. Next, I want that card suit should be place it randomly, not in a pair. For that, I'm going to choose pick random, and that value 1 of length of the card list. I'm going to variable block again and choose length of my card list. Now you will see, once I will just click on the green flag, all the list come into my card list. You can see cards are here, card counter number is 30, and card suits is also 8, because we have set 8 picture cards. And you can see there are length of my card list is 30. This value should be equal to the card counter. Now I want to create one more variable, that is card identity. Why I need to create this variable? Because I want the card identity should be equal to the card counter. Otherwise the card will change it again and again, and that will make difficult to solve this memory skill card matching game. For that, first I'm going to create my variable, that is card identity, and that is specifically for this sprite only, not for all. And here you can see it's mentioned sprite 1 card identity, and that would be 0. Here I'm going to use the set block card identity, and it should be according to the card counter, because card identity should not be changed again and again. Otherwise, when you are going to flip the card, one time is same image, but next time if you flip the card, you will see another image, and in that case you are not able to complete this game. In this video we have created list, we have created our card counter, we have created our screen and backdrops. In next session we are going to learn how we can flip the card and it show the different images, and how we can match our pair to get score, and if we are not able to match it, we'll lose our life. And also we'll add some graphic facts to make this game more interesting and amazing. I hope you understand this game till now. Be with us to the next video to complete this game and enjoy with your friends and family. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you will not miss the latest update. For the more interesting video, be with us. With this note, we conclude the session. We'll see you in next session. Bye-bye.